What's good, people? Episode 8, and we got on tap the iPhone 5.
iPhone.
HTC with their new 8X and
920 Lumia.
So, I guess we all know what the iPhone 5 is about at this point. We've seen it before. We covered it in the review. We spoke about it in video after video.
It's about nothing.
It's about nothing. Unfortunately, there's a lot worse to report on this device than there is good. So I guess we should go down a checklist.
Yeah. So the static lines in the keyboard. Now, I'm not quite sure what that's about, but what's going on?
Silliness. I guess when you go to put your password in, you know, specifically your Apple ID or Apple account password, whatever they call it.
Right.
The keyboard gets these static, like these scratch lines in it. Only when you do that specifically.
Are you kidding me?
That's it. That's the only time. So this in fact leads me to believe that Apple fired the entire quality assurance team. Either that or Steve Jobs died.
Steve Jobs died.
There we go. Number 2, sir.
So, Phil Schiller says iPhone 5, right out of the box, comes with the scratches that you may experience on your new device is normal.
It's normal. That is something we have experienced in cell phones for years.
Scratches on your devices. Now, I have scratches on this, but this actually came from, sliding it across the floor.
Right out of the box it came with a scratch?
Absolutely not, sir.
Absolutely not.
And certainly not this beauty. HTC Titan.
So that is not, in fact, normal.
No, it's not.
Huh. So the big deal about liquid metal a few months back and how it changed the industry and yada yada yada.
Oh, it did. It did a remarkable job at that. Now, because of liquid metal, now your devices come with scratches out of the box.
And that is not normal. You don't ever go against what Apple tells you is normal or not. That is, in fact, the iPhone 4XL that I'm holding here in white has a scratch or a blemish right here. The young man that owns this device claims it was in his pocket on the first day of purchase, and his denim jeans may have in fact scratched the phone.
Isn't denim made from cotton?
Sir, the pockets are made from cotton. They're not even denim. So if cotton can scratch your iPhone 4S XL,
looking bad. So
what's on the list, man?
The next, and I'm sure not final issue, but surface issue, is the iOS 6 maps.
Oh.
So,
but that is not an issue. You gotta be really, really careful how you phrase this. That is a solution. That is a solution. That is not an issue.
What is that mountain? It's not Mount. It's the mountain with the presidents and all of that.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore. Yeah. So when a customer puts the location of Mount Rushmore into the device in the maps, the faces of the presidents are blank.
Is it really?
This is actually something that came up right after the release of the device.
Good Lord, I thought they had high quality imaging going on there.
Well,
I'm surprised they didn't show them Lake Tahoe.
Well, that's in conjunction with that issue. We have it's telling you to go left when you should be going right.
Wow. But Steve Wozniak, not Steve Wozniak. Look at that. What's his name?
No, that was him. Steve,
is it his first name?
Steve? It's Wozniak.
Woz or whatever they call the guy. He said he was disappointed with the maps but it's not anything severe.
Really?
I'm sorry, you replace Google Maps that people use to navigate every day with something that tells them go left when they should be going right, and you're telling me it's not severe. Good job. Good job.
It's looking bad. So, I mean, I think these are really just issues that Apple really needs to, well, should not have had to deal with out the box. I'm going to give them a pass with the maps, because the maps is a new venture for them. But, you know, as far as everything else is concerned, I mean, really and truly, those are not issues that we should have to experience with a 5-year-old running company. Well, device, I'm going to say. You know, like.
But that's Apple's arrogance, dude.
Yeah.
So Google did it, Microsoft did it, and they think they can do it. No. Google Maps is God. Bing Maps is Jesus. And you're not even. I don't know where you are.
Like iOS Maps is the devil.
Yeah, I don't know where you stand with that. But then there's the sales predictions.
So 5 million is what they sold.
Yes,
First weekend. Out of an expected 10 million, according to analysts.
Right. Analysts expected 10, they sold 5. And the fanboys are saying that it's still the best-selling iPhone ever.
How do you make a hashtag with your hands?
I think that's it.
Like this?
I think that's it.
Fail.
So there's a good amount of ignorance going on here, because no matter what the analysts set for every iPhone going back, they have exceeded it, almost doubled it. So this year, they didn't even come close to meeting the expectations. Now all of a sudden, but it's still 5 million phones. That's a lot of phones. Like that. That's not what we're talking about here. Why did you not exceed analysts' expectations? Is it because consumers no longer care to be sheep?
It's because the consumer has spoken,
I suppose.
So now on to some more, better devices, so to speak. Lumia 920 does a side-by-side video comparison with the iPhone 5. So what they decide to do is they make somewhat of like a makeshift type of, carry type, case type thing. So you have the Nokia Lumia 920 on the left, iPhone 5 on the right, shooting the same video simultaneously. And I was not surprised, because I already knew that the iPhone 5 video wasn't as good as the Nokia 920. But, of course the 920 blew it right out of the water.
It did. But in all fairness, like I had this conversation earlier with Jerry, it's not that much better than the iPhone 5. But you still need to understand where the iPhone stood. If you wanted a camera, you wanted the best camera on the phone, you got an iPhone. So you got to understand, the iPhone 4S camera was amazing. It was the industry standard, right? Then Apple said, well, we improved more on what was the industry standard. And now the iPhone 5 camera is amazing. Fine. So now the Nokia 920 comes along and beats the snot out of it. Why is the 920's camera not amazing? I don't understand. It's super amazing at this point, right? Like, you just bested two amazings. So whatever the case is, the video, if you look at it, it's night and day. Especially the image stabilization, you can tell.
You can definitely
that stuff works. That stuff works.
And in conjunction with that video, so Engadget interviews Nokia's CEO, not just with any old video camera, but with the Nokia 920's video camera. Right. So again, thoroughly impressed by the fact that we're not talking about somebody just sitting in one place holding the camera. They were actually moving.
Yeah, he was simulating
side by panning left to right. And it was very good video.
Yeah, it was impressive. The camera's capable, for sure. It's probably the best on the market. So it was good to see that, because even after that debacle that went down with the marketing team and how they lied,
right?
It was just good to know that the camera can still perform. So kudos to Nokia for that.
Right. So it's looking pretty damn good on the tech side.
You got the HTC ones.
HTC, well, we have really yet to see what the performance is going to be like. Really.
We can't see what any of them are. I mean, HTC is HTC. It's going to be a solid device.
Yeah, I've been running with HTC since the beginning.
Yeah.
You know.
I think what'll make or break them is if the identity of the 8X remains a Windows device.
Right.
Or if they just don't do the horse shit that they always do and port it to Android and say, hey, look, it's the same exact phone with Android on it. Like, they don't get it loses identity. That's what Samsung does.
Right. I don't think
so annoying.
I think right now as it stands, HTC is going, like, the developers or the OEMs for that have been working on Windows, with the exception of Samsung, they seem to be focused on Windows Phone.
Yeah.
And not so much on creating a device for Windows Phone, like to shut Microsoft up.
Right.
It's more like, okay, no, let's really put out a Windows Phone 8 device. And I think that's what's going on. Samsung, well, you know, what is that? The
ATIV-S.
ATIV-S.
It's a Galaxy 3
Galaxy 3
with Windows Phone, whatever that's worth.
So it looks nice, but
it's still plastic. It's still
see
Barbie, G.I. Joe, and Legos melted together to make a phone call. Not cool. Not cool.
It's light.
So,
but
well, that's all we got. Episode 8.
Yeah, all tech this time around. Next time, we should have some music for them.
Yeah. Well, there's a few things that dropped this week. We'll get a chance to listen to it, talk about them next week. So, anyway, check out the website, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
LifestylesDefined.com. Representing everything you could ever love. Fashion, technology, entertainment, auto, gaming, and so much more. This is more than a blog. This is your lifestyle. LifestyleDefined.com.